what are we up to today?
Well, we're here behind Salvation Army, giving away free food. Kitchen One for One has a passion for giving away food that we would eat. And so it's all prepared fresh the day before. We'll probably serve about 150 meals today, which is amazing and awesome, and we just get to talk to people and relate to people, and Jesus in the Bible sat down with anybody over dinner. He even told you, I'm coming to your house for dinner. So we just show up and we provide dinner, and we believe that opens up an avenue to relate to people in a space that you maybe couldn't do on your own. So that's what we believe in. We love doing it.
My name is Tracy Whisenand. I volunteer with Kitchen One for One, and I really super enjoy it. It's kind of like a ministry of mine because I love serving people, serving the homeless. It's a way of my giving back to people that are homeless, because I myself was homeless for 3 years, and then I found a place to live, and so I love just giving back to the community and to the homeless people. And one thing I do that's different than most people there is that I like to pray for people. If I see someone on crutches or a cast, something obvious, but I either always just ask them, hey, can I pray for you? There's something I can pray for you for. And then I also just do evangelism, because it's like, people need to know the story of Jesus. They need to know of salvation. So I firmly make it my point to let people know that Jesus is a way that they can get saved, that there's a way out of being homeless. And I tell them, say, I've been in your spot before. I know what it's like to be homeless.
Here today?
Okay, my name is Christina Eklund, and I volunteer with this lovely food truck quite a bit. Kitchen One for One is amazing. We serve not only the community and their stomachs, but we bless them with other things as well, and it's just a great gift to be here. I feel like everybody who comes gets more out of it serving than they do receiving, and it's just incredible to be here. I love Kitchen One for One. I love their mission. It's run really well. It's a lean organization, and everything that people give is just put back into our communities in Denver, Idaho Springs, and all the different locations that we serve.
Hey everybody, if you don't know me, my name is Brian. I used to be the driver at Kitchen One for One, and I just want to tell you guys a story. So there was a time that one of our events, we were out at the St. Francis Center in Denver, and there was a gentleman who had just gotten off a bus from somewhere in Denver, his first time ever in Denver. He didn't know where he was, he didn't know where he got dropped off at, but he was told to go into this place, the St. Francis Center, and maybe they could help him and direct him and whatnot. And we were outside. We had a line of a couple hundred people that day. It was a big event. It was cold outside, and I wish I could remember this gentleman's name, but anyway, he comes by and was talking to one of the people, one of our volunteers that day, and our volunteer was praying with them and asking him, what his needs were and what was going on and stuff. And the guy shared that he had just gotten to Denver, and he didn't know what to do. He didn't know where he was going to stay. He was worried about basically freezing to death that night, and so Mark Sunderhus, he got privy to this conversation, and him and I don't remember our volunteer's name, but they were talking to him, and then Mark comes over to me and he's like, hey, this guy is looking for some resources. Maybe you can go talk to him and figure something out. And so I started walking with the guy and asking him kind of where he was coming from and what he needed and stuff like that. And it became apparent that his number one need was to have a safe place to sleep that night and figure things out. And so I proceeded to walk him a couple of blocks to the Denver Rescue Mission. And I told him that they would soon be letting people in for the night. And I told him to get in line. And before I left him, I prayed with him, and I thought nothing of it really. I went back to the truck and started cooking again. And then a couple months later, we were at another event at the Denver Dream Center, and another gentleman, at least I thought he was another gentleman, approached me and he said, "Hey, you're Brian, right?" And I was like, "Yeah. Do I know you?" And mind you, the second gentleman was clean shaven. He was looking pretty good. And so I figured maybe he was a volunteer. He was somebody that worked with the Denver Dream Center or something like that. And anyway, he gets to telling me, he's like, "Hey man, I wanted to say thank you. You saved my life." And I said, "Wait, hold on a second. Let me finish these tasks that I'm doing real quick because I want to hear more. I want to be able to take the time to be intentional with you and connect with you and everything," which is an incredibly important part of what Kitchen 1 for 1 is all about. Is, you know, we're giving people food and doing all that kind of stuff, but if we don't recognize the opportunities that Jesus is putting in front of us to connect with people, then we're missing something. And I knew that, and so I wanted to connect with him, and even though I didn't really even know who he was. And so 5 or so minutes, he's waiting for me. I get back over to him, and I said, "Okay, man, now tell me what's going on. How did I save your life?" And he said, "Hey, you remember a couple months ago, there was a guy who you walked down to the rescue mission who had just gotten to Denver on bus, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's you?" He's like, "Yeah, that's me." He looked completely different, right? The first time I saw him, completely disheveled. This time he was clean cut. You know, he had started taking care of himself. He had gotten into some programs, and he proceeded to tell me how he had found resources, how it was just bringing him where he needed to go, and taking that extra time with him made all the difference. And I said, but how did I save your life? He said, "Man, you don't know this, but he said, I was going to kill myself that day, you know?" And I don't know, for whatever it's worth, that's the kind of life-changing stuff that happens at Kitchen 1 for 1. And I hope that if y'all have an opportunity to be a part of this ministry, to go out and serve, that you will have the eyes of Jesus to make the most of these opportunities, because you never know. You never know what your kindness, what a smile, what just putting down what you're doing and taking a second with somebody is going to do, you know?